Okay, so we just left the interview of my doctor, which was really flipping cool because I just found out I get to go home. And not only am I going home, but I also found out I've got a couple of weeks before I have to take any meds, or not meds, not my chemo. So I thought I would at least say, hey, cool, I get to go home. It's been 25 days in the hospital, which 25 days after having a stroke and 21 days after finding out that I have leukemia and going through all of this stuff. So I thought I would give, since, you know, my doctor gave my official, this is what I have. This is what it really means to me. You've heard a lot about my work and the stuff that I do. To me, that is what's important to me. That's my life. That's my passion. That's my everything. So although everybody flips out about the cancer, what bothers me more is the stroke, because the stroke it broke my brain and it makes me not be able to do well at the work that I do. And I'm more worried that although I've done amazingly well, my brain is healing very well. I went from the first couple of days where I couldn't get words out of my mouth at all. Luckily, I'm exceedingly blessed that I haven't had a physical symptom the entire way, because, I went from have this massive, huge vocabulary, and I used to do professional speaking, and you know, I used to teach in different classes and all this cool stuff that I was able to do, and now my tongue gets twisted and I feel like I have a stutter all the time, and it's not that I lose how to say the words, but I know the information's in my brain and I can feel it in my head, but I can't get it out my tongue, or it's got out my mouth, and it's so frustrating, and that's what keeps me from being able to go to work. I miss my work, and I liked being able to express myself well vocally and with wording and speaking, and it's really funny to me. I think that I'm such a stubborn pain in the butt that I think when I had this stroke, it's because God said, hey, shut up and be still, so you could figure out that you have leukemia and take care of this stuff. Because of course, you know, it's just me that I have to have a type of stroke that keeps me from being able to talk, when I'm the person who does nothing but talk, and talk way too fast most of the time. So that stresses me out more than anything. So yeah, this is my fabulous bucket of pills. This is just morning pills that I'm taking, like 11 different pills a flipping day, and had to do all this stuff for chemo and everything else and most people are stressed out that I'm more flipping out that I have cancer and I have leukemia, and that stresses them out more than anything. But I've decided already, I'm gonna survive, and this is gonna be a blip in my life. It sounds funny, but I've had the flu before. I've had pneumonia before. I've had colds a lot. I've had broken bones and other illnesses, and they didn't define my life and my existence. Cancer's not gonna define my life and my existence. I'm gonna have a blip, and I've already decided that I'm gonna be bald, lose weight, and be sexy and fabulous, and I'm gonna be fine, because what other choice do I have? I'm gonna be fine. So I've already decided cancer is gonna be a blip for me. So it's so all the stuff that Dr. Mangus tells me, what I'm concerned about more is how can I make sure that I can keep doing this without flipping my children out too much through the process, and how can I continue having my life while doing this, because I love my life. I have an amazing group of friends and family. I have an amazing career, and I get to work with all of these really great kids and these amazing adults and people that care about kids. That's what I'm important. That's what I care about. That's what's important to me. Who cares that I've lost my hair? That I really do feel like I'm pregnant all the time. Like, you know, the early pregnancy where you just want to throw up all the time and you have no energy. So I'm like, yeah, I've been pregnant a couple times. I've dealt with that. I can deal with that. And I'm really lucky. They found the cancer and the leukemia before it killed me. Because it surprised me that I found out that I was so sick initially. A person in the lab actually, when they called one of my doctors, said, so is that patient still alive? Because this is their information. That was kind of disturbing. But I haven't felt really sick through any of this. The other week the chemo week, yeah, I throw up, but I don't feel like a sick person. I'm driving the nurses nuts, because I refuse to wear a gown, because sick people wear gowns. I wear my clothes every day. And even last night we got kicked out of our room because Cindy and another person was here, and we were being goofy, and we were too loud and disturbing the sick people, so they kicked us out of the room. So I don't feel like a sick person. I don't feel like I have anything else that's going on. I just miss my life, and I'm so excited, the idea that I might be able to go home tomorrow, and yeah, I'll have to go to the doctor every day for a couple of, like another week, but I don't have to take chemo for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yes! Then I'll have 10 days off, and I'll have my energy back, because right now I have so much energy, it's not even funny. I'm bouncing off the damn walls, because, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. I'm bouncing off the walls all the time, because before I came to the hospital, I had a really active life. I work out 3 times a week. I go dancing 2 times a week. I was working full time. I got my kids and hanging out at the house and doing all the stuff that I normally do, and was doing it exhausted with a lot of caffeine. And now I'm not using caffeine, and I'm just feeling better because they keep giving me all this blood. I feel like a vampire. They keep giving me blood, and so my numbers are coming up, and so I have all this energy, and I'm stuck in a little bitty room. It's driving me nuts. So I'm so excited. I get to go home, and I'll get to see my babies, and I get to have my puppies, and I get to be able to see my friends, and I'm going to my school so I can say hi to my babies, and I'm going to football practice so I can see my team again, and need to massively say thank you and humbly to all of these people that are sending me these cards, and oh my gosh, and these people, when they were worried about, they kept asking me what did I need, and I thought, I'm being pampered in the hospital. This is almost like a vacation. I'm like, what single mom has ever had food delivered to you 3 times a day that you don't have to cook nothing, I don't have to clean nothing, and they bring my linens, and they bring my towels and my stuff, and you are so spoiled when you're in the hospital. I'm so spoiled and so pampered. So I told people, I don't need nothing. I'm taken care of right now in the hospital. But my mother is now becoming a single mom for the first time in 15 years. And she's having to take over the role as mom, because I couldn't take care of my babies. And I know when I go home, my mom's going to have to help make sure and monitor me and take care of me. So thank God she's a nurse, because she's going to have to be able to monitor me and help me with my cancer, and the same thing with the kids. And I'm trying very hard, not the kids to have to do too much to help me deal with my stroke and with my cancer, because they're babies. They need to have a life that's normal for them, and I don't want this to be about my mommy has cancer. I want it to be about their junior year, and being in 6th grade, and their friends, and their sports, and their life. And I want this for them to be a blip in their lives as well, instead of what their identity, because cancer shouldn't steal our life. It's not going to steer my life literally in any way. So I kept telling everybody, help my mom, help my kids. So I have a lot of thank yous to say, and people who are still asking. My mom hasn't had to cook a meal in 2 weeks because everybody brings them food. So all they have to do is stick it in the refrigerator and stick it in the microphone, Gotta love having a stroke. You never know what the words are going to come out of my mouth. But they have to